Hi everyone, my name is Satan, or Alessa Vamp on the interwebs. I go by Shide, and tonight I'll be playing our wood elf, rogue warlock, Yuiza. She goes by she, her.
Hey everybody, Zachary Vaudo. Any pronouns are fine by me, and they're also fine by my character that I'm playing tonight, your Damphir Wild Oracle, Arat Kshizhin.
Yate, I'm Abby. I'm your local internet nerd, but tonight I will be your Fisscourth. Our, so far, and for so long, cleric Keating, a hooling cleric guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing words. I'm a bat who screams.
Bye, Abby. Hey, everybody. I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Sulong Shen. I'm everybody's boyfriend. He's a druid barbarian, and we are both he, him.
Abby, I am so sorry. I thought you were done. Hey, everybody. My name is Sara Roberts, and I will be your GM for this evening. Last week, you all went through a bit of a rough time, game-wise. There may have been some assumptions made based on who was leaving at the same time in the local tavern. Led to a bit of drama, a bit of chaos, a bit of fun roleplay, shall we say? You all take your time getting up, getting ready, reconvene for a bit of morning chit-chat. Is there anything that you are all preparing before you leave the tavern?
We should go. There is an inn we should stop by. My friend said he was going to play there. The name of the inn is the... Damn, what was the name of the inn?
Cozy Rosie.
She's looking at her head smush ready. Cozy Rosie. Apparently it's like Rose theme. It's really cute.
Moses supposes erroneously.
What?
Your flesh notepad, look at it, it's all smudged. Very poor way of doing that.
Yes, I had busy night. But yeah, if we go, we should be there relatively soon, and we can join the festival, the Veil of Tines. It'd be really fun. And we can talk to this person that disappeared for 5 years and doesn't remember anything. Or doesn't talk. I think it was he doesn't talk.
You should probably lead with that, right?
Probably, yes.
Might be a sensitive subject.
It would certainly be good to have a place to settle down first, so we do not have to hunt through the city for it, especially if one comes recommended already, and then we can pursue all of this and perhaps figure out what I would like to, if at all possible, figure out what this is with the wardens that the city has against them, but I'm trying to think of a way to do so that is not so upfront and brazen.
Well, it might be better if maybe we don't present ourselves as wardens first before...
Oh no, absolutely not.
We figure out what's going on.
Yes, absolutely. I would not present ourselves as wardens now that we understand that wardens are received differently in different places. And it is not as uniform as we thought it was in Dulharn. We simply will show up as normal people. If the wardens are called upon, then we can make ourselves known. But for now, I simply want to learn what exactly is going on place to place.
Precisely. It'll be like a masquerade, except everywhere we go, and they don't know that we're at a masquerade, so really, it's a secret masquerade, if you would.
A secret war.
Do I have to wear a mask all the time?
It's not so bad.
A metaphorical
I know,
one.
but people keep saying that my face is one of my best features, and I don't disagree with them.
You've got good hands,
Which
too.
one?
And cheekbones.
That's part of my face, yeah, thank you. I'm going to let that hand come and slide, because I'm pretty sure you didn't mean what I thought you meant. But that's fine.
You can stab real good and open up locks. You're really good with your hands.
Thank you so much! I appreciate that. I've been working really hard on that.
What did you think I meant?
Don't worry about it.
Perhaps we pass by that entirely and we leave it as we walk away from here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll gather up my things.
Yes, you all gather your things. Yuiza, you collect Precious Stinky Boy from the stables, I'm assuming?
I do, my little precious stinky boy.
and you all head on down the road. The closer you get to town as the day wears on, the more crowded the streets get. There are carts lined up waiting to get into the city. Some are vendors, some are just travelers. It seems that this is a rather popular time to be coming into town. As you approach, can you all roll me a perception check?
I can't promise you it'll be a good one. It's not. That was a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 20, but then I rolled a 2 right after.
That disadvantage on a sunny day is difficult, Fisscourth. What did Arat
Try to
get?
be a little guy with no big hat.
I got a 14.
23.
Arat, it's a little distracting. You don't quite see what's heading down the road out
No.
of the town. Or here, what's heading out of the road down the town. There's a lot of Stop it. There's a lot of commotion with all the carts and the animals drawing them and the people milling about. But Sulong, you notice as you are leaving town, or as you are heading into town, there is a regiment of capital soldiers that are heading out. Some are mounted, some are on foot, but they are all fully armored and in formation, walking just off to the side of the road so that they are not impeding traffic. But they are heading out of town as you were all heading in.
Hey, Arat. You've been around, right?
To say the least, yes.
Heraldry, and then Sulong will describe the heraldry on the soldiers' coat and tabards.
DM, I'm going to assume that this is different from the last time I was here.
No.
Unless they've kept the same designs throughout.
Yes, their army is an old institution. There's a lot of tradition that goes along with the heraldry. And you know, based on what Sulong is describing, that this is a full regiment.
Okay, so even when the monarch changes, the military stays the same.
Yeah, the military...
Like in terms of regalia and whatnot.
You would know... Actually, roll me a history check. We'll see if you know this.
All right.
This is a little bit more nitty-gritty about the Republic.
17.
17, perfect. You would know that the monarchy is more of a figurehead. They don't really have a say in directing the armies or writing laws anymore. That is more for the elected officials to take care of. However, they do work in close proximity with the Republic that has been established here, and their word does carry a lot of weight. They are the person that would be called in if a majority vote is not able to be taken. If for some reason there is ever a decision that has a 50-50 split, they are the one who is called in to break the tie. Because of that, politicians tend to still wine and dine and try to keep themselves in their good graces just in case. But they don't have a they don't control the army. The government itself would.
Okay, so I'll relay this in as best as I can to Sulong. Yes, this is the standing military of the Republic. They're an independent office of the state. They operate separately but in conjunction with the monarchy.
Oh, constitutional monarchy. Okay. To DM, are they in a quick march? Are they in a regimented pace? Are they in a hurry, essentially?
They don't look to be in a rush.
Okay. Well, give them a friendly wave if they look over and keep on keeping on.
Yeah. None of them really pay you any mind. You hear some other shouts from the other travelers wishing them well. But they're kind of paying attention and staying in step with one another. Yes, you are able to make it through. You reach up to the city gates, and around the city there is this large wall that is hewn from the stone that comes from the local mountains. And it encompasses most of the city. Arat, you would know this based on your time here. It encompasses most of the city except for the part of the city that is on the bay. That part of the city they're not really concerned about attacks from that side. They do have a fleet of ships, some of which are within the bay and some of which are outside of it. So they have several layers on the water to protect them.
Plus, if I remember correctly, it's on like sort of a lake that leads out to the ocean, so it'd be really hard for people to come in that way.
I believe we would still consider it a bay. There is some man-made structure that closes it off, but it is not technically a lake. As you walk in, the guards are checking for identification papers, any guild papers that folks have, and you see them up ahead of you. They're directing one of the farmers to the local merchants guild.
Do we show our Warden Guild papers? Do we not want to do that?
I should say not. We are not here. We're not here as wardens. We are here as independent travelers.
Travelers, here to enjoy the festival, its many foods and the various bright lights that are out here. Yes, not wardens.
We should get you a hat.
Do you think they make hats at festivals?
Oh, of
Sure.
course. There's gotta be a haberdashery here at some point also.
A hatberdashery.
No, haberdashery does hats.
A hatberdash.
It already is a hatberdashery.
Being a law-abiding citizen, would Sulong have travel papers?
Yeah, travel papers are something that you could easily get from your local government. It is up to you whether or not you have them and whether or not they are legitimate. I will let you all make that story.
Yes and
beat.
yes, excuse.
I would like to say that I have multiple travel papers.
Okay, there will be a roll associated with that, depending on what you choose to use. But yes, Sulong, you would have travel papers. And as it comes up, that is your turn for your group to go up. The guard at the front, it's a short gnomish man, and there is a half-orc woman off to the other side of the gate. They're in their full regalia. It seems like they've polished up their armor. This is more of a ceremonial post rather than they're actually expecting to have to defend the city right now. But they are all shined up and ready to take your papers, and they greet you, Sulong. Papers.
He'll reach into a pocket for this like leather-bound kind of holder. He'll flip it open to show the papers, the Zarin documentation.
Yeah. They take it from you, look it over. What are you in town for?
The festival, where we're going to go see one of our friends play.
Yeah. Enjoy your time. Here you go. There's that back. Next.
Very quietly, I'd say to Fisscourth, Fisscourth, please take my hand and play along.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Realizing that she would not have papers and thinking of how introductions have gone, I'll walk up next and say, and I'm just going to I'm going to play up the blind, so like wait for them to address me, etc. I'm just walking forward.
Oh, darling, they're here. Hello? Yes, are you the guards? Are you here for the festival? Can we come in, please?
Thank you.
Hello. Name and papers.
Fisscourth
Arat
and
Kshizhin.
leather.
Yes. Sorry. Arat Kshizhin. I'm a seer. I've come to work with the temple and visit the festival. This is my assistant. She's helping me to go where I cannot see.
Assistant?
All right. Papers.
I do not have a particular place of residence. I do not have papers on me, but I do have, and I'm going to start like pulling out like the cards, and I'm making like a very heavy show of like anything I have that is Steer related. It's like I've had this. It's like I do not belong to any particular city. I do not have papers of my own. I was in Rios previously, and then Ukraine after that. Came from Dulhern just now.
Neither of you have identification on you?
No, I'm new to the surface, and I understand it may be a misconception, but these aren't paper, they're flesh, and I just poke at my rings.
I'll squeeze at her little talon just a bit and say, No, all I have is, one moment. DM, we'd written to a temple on behalf of me for, like, reaching out to seers, but I can't remember if it was the Penna Republic or if it was further north. This was a while ago.
You wrote to the Oracle of the Court.
Okay. Then I'll say, no, I unfortunately do not. As I said, I do not belong to a particular city, but I had corresponded with the Court Oracle some weeks ago. I was hoping to meet with them to discuss shared work.
All right, step over this way. And he gestures for the two of you to step over to where the half-orc woman is waiting.
Thank you. And I'll, just, like, shuffle with Fisscourth to just play along for a moment. We don't have to disclose where you're from to them.
Oh, yes,
I
I figured that.
Slowly towards the half-orc woman.
Oh, hi. She greets you all. She is very much from the southern portion of the continent. Come on, you two, right this way. We're just going to get some more info from you, and then you'll be good to go. And she opens the door behind her that leads you into the wall there. They have a small office that is built into it here, and nods for you to go in.
Oh, is this an interview? Isn't this wonderful, dear?
They need to take information since I do not have a place of residency. This is standard. I believe they may have done this when I was here 40 years ago.
Oh, it's based off home ownership. How bourgeois.
Would you have record that far back?
Oh, we have plenty of records. Come on in.
Absolutely. Perhaps you may be able to find me then. And I'll wander in after them.
She'll gesture for the two of you to go in. Before we take care of that, Yuiza, I believe you were up next with Precious Stinky Boy.
She's been making sure she's got the right papers as she's going in last. We'll see.
Name, papers.
Yuiza, here you go.
And he will take the papers from you. Are you handing him legitimate papers, Yuiza?
Those are my legitimate papers, yes.
Okay. Oh, you're from the islands.
Yes.
My sister lives there. She moved there 5 years ago. Loves it.
You should go visit her. It's very lovely, especially this time of year.
You know what it is? We went last year. I took the wife and kids down there for an extended vacation when I had 2 months leave. Unfortunately, things have been a little bit busier this year, but beautiful place. Here you go. Everything looks to be in order. Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Hope we get to see you on the island soon.
And he waves to you and turns back, taking the next person in line. And you are able to join Sulong. As you do, you notice that Fisscourth and Arat have been led away.
Oh, what happened with them?
Apparently the gentleman here sent them off with the lady next door to that building to do something. Fried potato stick?
Oh, thanks. Can we wait for our friends over there?
The two that went in with Sheila?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a bench right over there.
Thank you. We're travel companions for a little bit. Thank you. Bye.
And he waves you off. He points you to a bench that's over by a nearby building. There's a small garden that's around it, but it's maybe 10, 15 feet away.
You know, out of all the forms of potato, fried is still one of my favorites.
They had a curly one, too. I want to try that.
A curly one? That's what they're talking about as we're sitting.
Fantastic. And focusing over on Arat and Fisscourth once again. The two of you are sitting in a small office. It's not particularly cozy. It seems very utilitarian. There are no personal effects in the room. But Sheila does go around the desk and pulls out a parchment and a writing implement and sits down. Okay, so I understand that the two of you don't have any identification on you.
No, I claim no residency to any city in the continent, so I do not have identification. I was last here 40 years ago, so I believe there may still be record of me here from then, if that is able to help.
40 years ago. Well, I don't like to assume, but I need to get your skincare regimen later. What is your name, honey? I'll see if you're in our records.
Arat Kshizhin, and I'll spell it out for her.
Okay, and she will write it down. And Fisscourth. She looks to you. And you, dear, were you here 40 years ago as well?
Oh, no, never. I didn't even exist. I was not even a spark in my mother's eye. I'm new to the surface, you see.
Oh.
I know not of these governmental prophecies or whatever they may be.
All right, well, honey, well, we will get you all set up. When did you come to the surface? I'm assuming that you were down in the Underdark.
Yes, a few months ago, as it so happened.
All right. And are you currently working anywhere? Do you have any employment? Anyone that we should attach to your identification? Some people like to associate themselves with a guild if they find work that way, or maybe you've taken some freelance jobs. It's always good to have a reference on these sorts of things. Just in case you should run into any trouble, you have someone to back you up.
She is currently assisting me in my travels. As I said, I'm not able to. I am lacking a sense. This is not just for show, and so she's able to help me do some of the things that I am unable to do. And she helped me get here in the first place.
Thank you, because Fisscourth, like, the moment she starts listing out, where are you employed? What were you doing? What are your references? Her face just goes blank. You could just hear the static behind her ears.
That is exactly why Arat said, why Arat grabbed her hand and said, follow me, play along, at the moment we got to the gate.
All right, I will note that down. 1 second, dear. And she is going to go to a door that is behind her desk and say, Michael, can you come here? We have a young, is young lady okay, dear?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right. Michael, we have a young lady who needs some help. She's new to the surface, so we need to get her set up with some documentation and make sure she's taken care of. And you see a human gentleman walk in. He has scraggly brown hair. He's also in uniform, not quite as polished. He's not working the gate today, but he comes in and he says, you need the paperwork?
So I've heard. My people don't use paper. We use runes etched on stone. Undersurface things. Yes.
Right, that's going to be a little difficult to carry. Come over here while they're talking. And there's a desk near on the other side of the room, Fisscourth, that he will wave you over. Okay, so where in the Underdark are you from, roughly?
Caves, deep below, in the mountains.
Okay.
West of here.
Good enough. And he begins running you through a little interview about how long you've been on the surface. And he asks you, are you intending to stay in town, or do you have a place like you normally like to stay?
I know my mate and I are traveling, you see. We're here for the festival food, so I've heard, and the haberdashery, as one of my friends outside said.
The haberdashery?
Visiting. I've heard so many words, so unusual. Yes, that.
All right. So, okay. Do you have like a mailing address? Like, where do you get your mail normally?
She points at herself.
Right.
She is her mailing address.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Since you don't have a mailing address, you can change this later, if you want, if you ever decide to settle down somewhere. But we're basically just gonna make it like the city government offices, so I can put something down. If there's ever any need for you to have official correspondence sent somewhere, that's where it's gonna go.
Citizenship, I see.
Yeah. How tall are you?
About a wingspan long.
hang on. And he will stand up and he gestures for you to stand up, Fisscourth.
She stands all 5 feet of her.
He's just a few inches taller than you, and he does the kind of rough, like, hand measurement to get your height, including your ears.
Does he count the ears?
Yeah. So with the ears, we're going to say you're about 5'3", 5'4"-ish, and he'll put that down on your paperwork along. You see that he notates your coloring, and that you're traveling with someone who also came here, and he pulls out an official stamp and stamps it and stamps 2 copies of what he's written down and hands you one. So here, this is like your official identification. Yeah. Welcome to the surface.
Thank you. From what I'd read, that the state was in grand novel. She starts going on about what is essentially this universe's version of the Communist Manifesto and the power of the state and how it holds down the people.
His eyes sort of glaze over, but he just smiles and nods. And as he's doing this, Arat, Sheila is asking you a few more questions, and she leaves after a few minutes to go to the back and look for a file on you. She's gone for a little while, and she comes back with a few pieces of paper in tow, and she says, okay, so I see here that you were here in town a while ago. Where were you staying previously, honey?
I was staying with a bard of the area. She had also come into town from another location, though, so it is a bit difficult to nail down. I had also at one point stayed with most of the people I stayed with came into town and were transient through. So whatever inns we were at, where we stayed.
All right. Who was your bard friend that you came to town with previously? Maybe they have some information.
Her name is Orphai. I lost track with her somewhere in the midst of me living here.
Oh, okay. Like the Orphai. Tiefling?
Yes.
Pretty?
Yeah, that's the
Very
one.
tall? Yeah. Okay.
I only know 2 of those things.
Right. Okay. Let's see. And she jots a few things down. Well, here is some paperwork for you. It's going to be very similar to what your friend over there is getting with Michael right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put down the city government offices as your residency address on this, if that's okay, honey. That way, in case, if you need to go to any other towns and they ask for your paperwork or they need to send you anything official, it can go through there for you and you can pick it up there, right? You can change it at any time.
That's perfectly
Fantastic.
fine. Yes, unless the local Oracle's temple would be a better location, since that is my primary purpose for being here.
The local oracle?
Of the state of the court.
Oh.
I was not told if the Oracle was operating out of the city center or if they had their own temple that they were operating out of.
Oh.
But I'm planning to meet with them.
Oh, honey, they have their own wing in the palace. Unfortunately, I cannot put the palace down as your place of residence. I think you do understand.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and use the government offices. If you ever want to change that at any time, you can go to any local government office on the continent and you can change it. If you do travel by sea, or to one of the other continents, you will need to come back here to change this. It gets a little complicated if you try to change it while you're out of the country. If you get my drift.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so here is this. I'm gonna spell your name back for you, honey. Just let me know if I spelled anything wrong. And she will go through and spell out everything on the document for you, just to make sure that she didn't spell your name wrong. She has described you accurate to your liking. and she will alter it if need be at this time. But otherwise, if you don't have anything you want specifically added on there, she does hand it back to you.
No, everything's in working order. I don't know if there needs to be any denotation of my condition for government purposes, but apart from that, you could be able to point me towards where I'm able to meet up with the Oracle. I perhaps can arrange my meeting with them, unless this is something I do through the government office as well.
Oh, no, honey. I assume that they keep their own books. They don't come out of the palace very often. When they do, it's a rather big event. So I would assume that you'd need to go there to try and get an audience with them.
Understand. Wonderful. That is what I will do then. Thank you.
You're very welcome, honey. And
the palace, I assume, hasn't moved in 40 years.
Oh, not unless it's suddenly grown legs and walked away.
It wouldn't be the first time, but good to know.
And she will roll up the documents for you and hand them back. And you are both dismissed, and you can join your two friends outside.
Awesome. Yeah. Just walk up to, just follow Fisscourth up to Yuiza and Sulong, just waggle the papers before I put them into my bags.
So I had this recipe, right, for this mashed potato, and it was like, you didn't think it would go together because it was like a sweeter cheese, but like it was so good. I have to share it with you.
Okay, I can see that, yeah.
Hello, friends! We become citizens!
Apologies, the joys of being a stateless person. Put everything in my bag.
I thought you were blind.
You can mean many things. Stuff can be two things.
Certainly. That young gentleman back there seemed absolutely fascinated by the discussion of revolution and state, but I suppose we're a part of a state now.
Well,
yeah.
We at least have official demarcation. We have been here.
Do you guys need fake paperwork?
I don't believe so. This has typically worked for me during my travels. But if it comes down to it, we will certainly discuss this.
Okay, just let me know, okay?
Absolutely.
Why would we need fake paperwork? We have real paperwork.
We do now, yes.
Would you two want some candied apples?
Be careful, it can break a tooth.
I'm fine, thank you.
As you all have this conversation, can everyone roll me perception, please? All right, I'm going to exclude you from this roll because you can't see this person.
16.
24.
6.
Yuiza and Sulong, you both notice over their shoulders that the guard that dismissed both of them is talking to another guard, and they're both continuing to watch the four of you.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Not to obviously, except that not everyone's there, but you guys were being watched by the people that just left you, just letting you know.
It makes sense. We are strangers to them. You probably want to see what we are about to go do.
Okay, just let me know. As we're walking, she'll push everyone as we're walking away. If you need fake paperwork to change your names or anything, just let me know. I'm not promising anything. I'm not saying anything. But just talk to me about it.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to push Fisscourth because she's trying to look. Be like, whatever could you need? Maybe they know where the house is. Stop staring. Stop staring.
But yeah, she'll push them all to keep walking into town.
Yes, we can go to the we can go to the place that you learned about, Yuiza, to put our things down before we dive into the festival.
Oh yes.
At some point while we're here, I will need to attempt to meet with the court oracle, as I corresponded with them some time ago, and I used them as the reason why I'm here.
Okay.
Can you even get a meeting with the court oracle, given how busy a time of year it is?
I would hope so. Again, I have precedent. I did send in writing to them. Worst case, I can't, and I traveled here for nothing, and as far as the government is concerned, and it wouldn't be the first time. But there is at least documentation of why I would be here.
Huh. All right.
That is not related to anything else that we are actually doing here.
As you all have this conversation and you move further into the city, it is bustling. You walk through cobblestone streets and large wood and stucco structures that are decked out in banners and flowers. Windowsills are overflowing with flowers and streamers. There are even some places where they have taken to the gas lamps to tie flowers around the poles in a spiral pattern going up. There are street vendors all over the place with their wares out on the sidewalk, folks milling about, many folks walking around with drinks and food in their hand. You see a side street has a bunch of carnival games that are being run for children, and it's a really fun atmosphere as far as you can tell. Where are you heading to? Are you trying to find Cozy Rosie?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me survival. Let's see if you can find the Cozy Rosie in this large city.
Yeah. This reminds me of like a festival back home. It's called the festival. I think in common tongue it's like life and death. It's really cool. Look at the flowers. They're so pretty.
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for the Rosie Cozy.
You stop a tabaxi gentleman who is currently selling flowers. You see the advertisement for Paulina's Flowers Floral Shop is pinned to his shirt. Which one are you looking for? You're looking for Cozy Rosie, you said?
Looks to Yuiza.
Oh, yes, Cozy Rosie.
Okay, well, you're going to go down that way about 6 blocks, then you're going to take a left. You're going to go 3 blocks that way, and then once you hit the Red Oak Tavern, you're going to take a right. And you're going to keep going until you get to the statue of the dog with 3 heads that's all decked out in floral wreaths. And it should be just about another couple yards past that.
Okay, so we go down 6 blocks, turn left, then keep going 3 blocks to the Red Oak Tavern, then turn right to the to walk towards the statue of the 3-headed dog with flowers, and it's gonna be across that.
Yes, it'll just be a few yards past that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Also, can I buy some of these lovely flowers?
You certainly can. And they begin pulling out more flowers for you to look at. Yuiza, roll me a history check.
I'm not good at that. Oh, I'm okay at it actually. Oh no, that was almost a natural 20. That's a 5. In her head, she's thinking these are not better than her flowers, obviously.
You remember that Artilles told you the person that he heard the story about the festival and the person who mysteriously reappeared was from one Paulina Flora.
Oh. Well, these flowers are just so lovely. Can I get some like yellows and blues? You work for Paulina?
I work for Miss Paulina every festival. I come here just for the festival once a year. My wife and I used to come every year. Yeah, it's wonderful.
This is our first time here.
Oh,
we're so excited.
That's very exciting.
You know, I had a friend who's playing at the Rosie Corsi, and he mentioned that I should go meet up with Paulina. They were good friends of his. Do you know where I could find she at her shop?
Oh, yes, she has several shops. She'll probably be over in the East Village for the duration of the festival. There's a lot of other merchants there, and it's a very big hot spot for the craftsmen to go. She likes to bring her wreaths out there.
Craftsmen? Oh, we have to go there, guys. I love crafts.
Do you know how to get to that part of town, dear?
I don't.
Okay. So you're just going to go down this street over here. That's Oak Street. And the now older, I don't know how he became old, but he's now an old tabaxi man. The older tabaxi man points you down the direction of the opposite way that you were intending to go to get to the Cozy Rosie. The Cozy Rosie is going to be in the north part of town. You are going to be heading to the east to go visit Paulina's flowers.
Okay. Thank you so much. You're so helpful. These flowers are lovely. You've been amazing. I hope we get to see each other again in the festival.
Oh, if we don't worry, dear. It's a busy time of year. Enjoy it with your loved
yes,
ones.
have fun.
Mhm.
Thank you. Have fun with your Wi-Fi. Okay, so guys, I totally forgot, but just remembered out of nowhere because I was talking to this guy who had a pin that says Pauline's Flowers. So Artili said that the person that he heard the thing from of the person returning and not like speaking and stuff was Paulina's Flowers, and she's in East Village if we want to talk to her about that. Also, I bought flowers for Artilis. Do you think you'll like them?
Of course you will. If I could see them in this light, it's so beautiful but so bright.
Like, we should get you a hat on the way. Okay, it's okay. We gotta go like maybe 9 or 10 blocks. He said 6 blocks down that way, then a left, then 3 blocks, then Red Oak Tavern, then 2 blocks, I think, and then a fountain that was covered in flowers, 3-headed dog, and then a few hours past that is the Cozy Rosie, sorry.
I will follow you. That sounds quite complex.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Sulong, go ahead and roll that survival check with advantage now that Yuiza has gained some instruction for you all.
22.
Fantastic. The streets get crowded the further into the city that you go. At one point, you have to single file down one of the streets. There is a parade. There is a parade that is going down the street as you are trying to get by. There's a ton of performers, some in masks, some covered in bedazzled costumes, a few with large feathers that come from the top of their head, and they have large feather fans that they're dancing down the street with, singing a song about being sisters. You're not quite sure where that particular song is coming from. But you do eventually make it to the Cozy Rosie, and just like all of the other inns and taverns you have passed, it is bustling. People are spilling out with their drinks into the front sidewalk, milling about, trying their best to get back to the bar when they need a drink, but it looks quite packed at the moment.
All right, we're here.
Oh, this is so full. I don't know if we'll be able to get the room here, but...
No harm in asking.
Do you perhaps see your friend?
Do I see my friend?
You do not currently see Artiles or Barbara. It appears that they are not currently here.
I don't think they're here yet, guys.
Well, that means we have time to shop around. We could find this hat badassery. Maybe even ask about this mystery.
Yes, we can do that. Let's just get you a hat so your eyes don't hurt. I think you look very lovely in a sun hat.
You truly believe so?
Of course!
Didn't we also want to try a parasol?
Yes, but a hat leaves her hands free. Or her little
True,
nubs
but a
free.
hat might get the brim in her eyes. Well, we'll try out both and see.
I've heard some artificers experiment with tinted glass. I do not know if perhaps this is viable.
Oh, we could do like goggles. I had a neighbor back home, right, who had a dog who was like getting old, but like he has blue eyes, so like the light really affected him. So he got him little goggles that were tinted. It was really cute.
Fisscourth nodding along. She doesn't know what any of this is, but she is sure learning.
But I'm just saying, if we don't have glass, a hat would be cute because you can decorate it however you want. And she's talking about this as they're leaving.
Okay, so you're not going into the Cozy Rosie?
Oh, we didn't. I thought we went.
No, you were
I'm so
outside.
sorry. I would like to go in for a second, guys. I want to make sure I didn't miss my friend.
Oh yes, you're very
Yes,
special
yeah.
friend indeed.
Yes, and if we're able to get a place to put our things down, then all the better.
True. Okay, give me 1 second. It's very crowded, so just wait for me here. Or you can come in. I'm not your mom. Anyway, I'm gonna go in.
All right. Is anyone else going in?
I'll go in for like a road beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm staying out
Staying
here.
with Fisscourth.
Sulong and Yuiza, you both make your way in, pushing through the crowd to get into the Cozy Rosie, with Sulong wanting to get his road beer. And as you do, you are met with the pleasant and warm scent of roses. They deck every table. They are wrapped around the pillars of the bar. And Yuiza, as you look around, you see that the stucco walls of this building on the inside have been painted a pale, dusty rose pink. There are some lace doilies that have been set out on different tables. There are large plush armchairs by the fireplace in a rose pattern fabric that some folks are sitting in, having a comfortable chat, it appears. Above the fireplace, you see the portrait of a large, plump, dwarvish woman. Her graying red hair is pulled back in a simple bun on the top of her head, and her beard is nicely braided with rose pink ribbons at the end of her braids. And she's in a summer sundress with a rose-themed apron over her, standing and looking out over the crowd pleasantly. As you near the bar, there is there's a human gentleman behind the bar. He is tall with dark skin and hair that is cut short on the side. He has long dreads on top that are pulled back into a bun towards the back of his head. And he turns to you with warm green eyes and just says, be with you in a second. Is there something that you want? I can get you the ale on tap, or I can take a more complicated order in a minute. Yes, ma'am. Here is your mocktail. That'll be 2 silver, and he passes out a few drinks to folks as he makes his way over to you all. Hi. What can I do for you?
Hi. Well, I had 2 questions to ask you, but I think my friend wanted to order something first, if you want to do that.
Do you do to-go cups for the festival?
If you brought your own cup, I can.
Oh, sweet. His camping mug is placed on the table with, the appropriate money.
Yeah. You order just an ale?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be just 2 silver. Go ahead and deduct that from your pot. What can I do for you all? He says. He turns back as he's pouring the ale for Sulong.
I assume not, but it doesn't hurt to ask. You wouldn't happen to have available rooms, would you?
Did you already book with us?
No, this is my first time here. I didn't know about the festival, but Artilles, I think he's supposed to play here. He told me about it. He said to come here.
Yeah, he starts tonight. That'll be 2 silver, sir. And he sets the mug down in front of you, Sulong. He'll be here tonight, probably around 7-ish to start setting up. He actually starts playing around 8:30. Unfortunately, if you didn't already book, we don't currently have anything. We booked out for the festival 3 months in advance.
That's fair. I just thought I would ask. So Artilles is not here yet.
Well, he was here. I don't know where he's at right now. He'll probably be here when he needs to be. He might be at the Bard School. I know he's he usually visits there when he's in town.
Okay. Can I ask you to do me a tiny little favor? You can say no, it's all right. But I brought him these flowers for good luck, and I was wondering if you could leave them in his room or in his door. I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to invade privacy, but he was my friend.
And he looks down at your flowers, purses his lips, and gives a friend kind of nod, and says, "Yeah, I will make sure that he gets them."
Okay, thank you. I left my name on a little card.
Fantastic. Both of you roll insight for me.
He's gonna throw away my flowers.
Y'all, this is a really great road beer.
What'd you roll, Sulong?
11.
Pretty low. 6.
6. Yeah, Sulong, you're already drinking that beer. Must be looking in the other direction. Yuiza, you get the feeling that he's probably gonna give a little ribbing to your friend, air quotes, later over the flowers. But he does take them and puts them safely behind the bar, where they can be saved for later. Is there anything else I can get for you all?
One more, please.
Turns back and pours more. That'll be another 2 silver.
Yeah, here's 2 silver as well for me. I'm gonna take one to go. She's gonna take out this like wooden tanker that she took from probably inn or tavern a long time ago.
Yeah, you guys can both get your drinks to go, and he will go back to serving the other patrons of the bar.
Okay. They'll head out to her other companions.
So hat shopping, glasses shopping.
I think we go in order of least burdensome to most burdensome in terms of things that can help Fisscourth shield the sun.
I think we should start with a hat. It might be a little difficult to get specific glasses for her because, she's got a different face shape.
Whatever could you mean as I point my bat snout towards you?
Whatever could you mean? Pliable cheeks.
That you are beautiful is what I mean. But we should probably try a sun hat first. She'll ask just a random person, do you know where there's a haberdashery here?
Sulong has never looked more proud.
Yuiza, roll me investigation. Let's see if you get a local or if you get an out-of-towner.
Ooh, out-of-towner, that's a 7.
Yeah, that's definitely an out-of-towner. You ask someone, they are one of the patrons of the Cozy Rosie. They are currently very drunk and chatting with their friends. And they don't actually seem to hear you. Their eyes are a little glazed over. They've been day drinking pretty hard.
Ooh, okay, sir, you can go back to what you were doing. Ignore my question.
Hey, DM. 40 years is a long time in the business world, but is there a roll I can make to see if I can remember any, shops?
You can make a history check.
I can do that.
And you'll actually have to make it with disadvantage, because you're not remembering 40 years, you're remembering 150 years, Arat.
You're right, yeah, I am. That is a 10 total.
You know that there were some, but you're not quite sure of their location anymore. The streets so far, the names that you've been told have been a little bit different. There were some that you recognized Oak Street. That one hadn't changed when the flower shop seller told you about that. But as you've traveled, you've had other names listed off to you, and it seems that some names have been named after, or some streets have been named after folks, and you're not quite sure who those people are. There was one point where you thought you were supposed to be on 5th Avenue Way, and it's now Gerald R. Humperdinck Way.
Memory serves correctly, there should be several shops around, so if we walk, we will eventually encounter, you should eventually encounter some. I remember them being, the clothing shops being rather prevalent. It's a large city.
Okay, we'll go then. So you're spilling your drink on me? Thank you. Okay, bye. Jeez.
So this is big city life. Buying hats and getting drinks spilled on you. How cultured!
Want me to spill my drink on you? Get the full experience?
Yes?
No,
No, you don't want that. You don't want that.
You don't
Just
want
magic
that.
her clean.
If someone else would like to roll me investigation, we can see if you guys can find a hat shop on your way to the other side of town.
It's another 10.
Another 10? Okay. Is anyone else rolling?
Man, this is a really great beer.
What'd you roll, Sulong?
4.
Okay. Fisscourth?
14.
14. Okay. You aren't able to find the hat shop, but Fisscourth, you are able to get some directions to one that's on the west side of town as you are passing through, heading towards, I'm assuming towards the east, towards Paulina Flora's shop. but you haven't found one on this side of the city.
Oh, these are the fabled districts I've heard of. There's a fashion district, a food district. Allegedly, there's something called a red light district, but I'm not sure why you'd go there. It seems like you'd be stopped all the time.
Oh
Different
no,
choices.
that's like right. Yes.
But if we go west, we should find the hats. These haberdasheries.
That is true. How about, since we're already so close, let's head out to Paulina's. Then we can ask her if there's one in the east, and if not, we can go to the west and get you a hat.
If we are already here, then it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely.
With the directions and the look at a local map, you are able to easily navigate. Although the city itself as a whole is somewhat of a semicircle, the streets are kind of set up in a grid, so it's not too difficult to get back to where you need to go. But as you do, you make your way over to the east side of town, and it is just as busy as it was in the south and the north. As you pass through, you see banners talking about the Veil of Tines. You see a few plays being put on. As you pass by, there is a theatrical act happening for yet another group of children. It seems like there's a lot of things to entertain kids while their parents are either drinking or shopping throughout the city. And as you all pass by this, everyone roll me a perception check real quick. Yuiza, you can roll this with advantage.
24.
24.
Not one.
14.
21.
Yuiza, you don't pick up on this right away. Arat and Sulong, you pick up on it a little bit quicker. Arat, this person's voice is changing far too fast for it to be multiple actors. There's always a bit of a delay when groups of people are waiting for the next line to come, even if it's a well-rehearsed act. Sulong, as you are watching this theatrical act, you watch as this performer pops back and forth on either side of a screen, switching out their puppets. But as they do, they also are switching out their clothes and their face in a changeling quick change act as they entertain these kids. And Yuiza, it takes you a few moments to realize what's happening. You are possibly distracted by something, but after a few minutes, you also...
I'm distracted by the puppet show.
After a few minutes, you also realize, as Sulong does, that this person is likely a changeling.
Did you guys see that? That dragon puppet? It was
No.
very adorable.
Not you, Arat.
They're very
I get it. It's still funny. But.
they were very adept at changing characters.
Yeah, guys, I'm also adept at changing characters.
Sulong just
I think there's another Yuiza behind there.
Perhaps someone similar.
What if they are? Maybe we could talk to them.
Do not know when this performance is going to end, but this is somebody that we could certainly talk to.
We don't know what they look like, so
We do know where they are.
I do. Yes, that's true.
If it's one thing my mother has taught me, if you want to get the attention of someone, you throw a lot of money around in their direction.
I only have
Wise
so
words.
much money.
That sounds like it would hurt.
Yeah, coins get heavy.
Not
So do you throw just a handful, or do you put them in the bag and beat them with
you put it in the bag, they bruise less easily.
Oh.
We do have we do have the collection that we pooled from Dalhern, and gold does go much farther than we
What?
think it does. So
Okay, well, let's see. Can I see if the play seems like it's just going to continue, or if it's nearing the end? Can I ask someone? Is there a little board that says, from this time to this time?
There is. Their stage is actually built into a it almost looks like a modified wagon. The sides are painted in bright colors depicting the various puppetry characters of the play. And when you look off to the side, one of the panels of the wagon is painted with just a bright red paint, and there are pieces of driftwood that have times and show names on them that have been tacked up in a specific order, sort of as a way to do a notice board on the move. This is probably going to end in about 10, 15 minutes.
Do you guys mind if we wait like 10, 15 minutes?
No, not at all. I'm invested in the plot. Paulina here seems to have drunk strange blue fluid. How do you do that with the plot?
I'm gonna go grab more snacks. Y'all want anything?
Oh yeah, can I get like?
Wait,
I don't know. They
hand
have beer.
over Yuiza's mouth.
It's...
I've got it.
Arat just goes, I'm fine here. He has unfastened his hand thing, and he's just like aimed it in the general direction of the audience of the puppet show. I'm good.
Okay.
Yuiza, you have to trust me.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Just shoves something sweet and crunchy into your mouth. It's funnel cake.
This is so sweet.
It's great.
Oh, I can taste the oil.
It's like the best part.
It's like a raw steak, but crunchy and sweet, dripping with moisture.
That is nothing like how, except maybe for the dripping with moisture, but... Would you like some?
Yes, more of this
Why
tunnel
are your
cake,
steaks
please.
Crunchy.
It's called char.
But you don't eat your steak with a bone in.
All right, you come back with your funnel cake for everyone. And as you do, the play wraps up. As you've been sitting here watching it, it is a love story, actually. It is a story of how the king wooed the queen, the two current monarchs of town. It seems that she was not too keen on the idea of marrying into the monarchy. She was a well-renowned bard of the area, but eventually she did decide that she would give in and marry, and they do eventually live happily ever after, or so the story says.
Actually, like listening to that, I'm going to let Yuiza go and talk to the person, but I'm going to lean over to just an audience member. Just say, I came in a bit late. What were the names of the people this was about?
Oh, it's about the king and queen.
I see. I'm not from town. Who are they again?
Oh, my apologies. It is, let me look up the names because I apparently didn't put them in as NPCs. Hold, please. King Yalin and Queen Euphenia.
Euphenia doesn't ring familiar to me as the player.
Nope.
I'm looking back to... Okay. So, like, Ara's shoulders, like, very slightly drop, but he goes, thank you, yes. And just reverts back with the group.
Yep. Arat rejoins you all, and the play does conclude. Yuiza, are you going up to talk to the performer?
Yes.
As you head over to talk to them, you see them duck behind a curtain, and you hear footsteps on the other side of the curtain. As you go around the side of it, you see that the other side is also folded back to create sort of a backstage area. And you watch as they walk down the steps. Their form slowly changes. They were previously a brunette man with delicately pointed ears, and as their looks change, their hair becomes long and straight, hitting about their mid-back. Their skin is a pale gray with patches of white across their chest that is exposed by a deep-cut blue tunic, and there's a few patches of white down their arms. They have pupilless white eyes, and the only distinguishing feature of their face is the fact that the eyelashes on one eye don't turn back to white. They remain a normal black.
Yeah, she will like follow them, not like super close, just kind of like waiting for a moment to like say something as she seizes, but she'll stop. When they're transforming, does it look anything like how Yuiza feels when she's transforming?
How does Yuiza feel?
It's very physical, like you can hear kind of like bones stretching and cracking, not necessarily painfully, but just the body growing or changing. It's not it, and it almost looks like when a cuttlefish changes colors, it's like those little dots. Like the skin kind of changes.
It does seem to be an effect that ripples over their body in that way. You aren't close enough, though, to hear if there's like popping of bones or if they're, and they don't make a face as though they're in any discomfort. This appears to be something that's just completely normal to them.
She will kind of then like walk out, and not in a way where she's hiding, but she's like kind of waiting to see if they're around. Just say hello.
They turn around, picking up a lute on the ground. Hello, were you talking to me?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to bother you on your off time. I assume you're very busy currently with shows.
I have a bit of free time.
I was noticing that you were changing. I'm sorry, this is very direct. Like the way that you look quite quickly. And I've not seen a lot of that often. And I was just curious.
You're asking
kinda do something-
how I'm able to change shape without actually outright saying it. You've never met a changeling before, I take it. Shifter? A witchborn? Anyone with shape-changing magic?
I've met one person before, but they didn't really know. And I can also change shape. But
What did you say your name was?
I didn't. My name's Yuiza.
All right, Yuiza. What can I do for you? And they're giving you a look up and down. They're a bit wary, it seems.
Well, I'm sorry. This sounds I'm not here for anything nefarious, I promise. I've not met many other people that can do what I do. Like I said, I've only ever met one other person.
And your parents didn't... They raised their eyebrows at you.
I have a dad, but he's not really like my dad. I don't know my parents.
Ah. All right. Well, I have to be back on in another 20 minutes and I need to eat.
Oh.
I'll be in town all week, though. Here's my card.
Okay.
I'll be at the Red Oak.
Okay, I gotta stop by there anyway. I'm still looking for a place to stay, so see if there's like a place there or something. But thank you. And she'll read the card to see their name.
It's a white card with embossed navy blue script. And it just simply says, J on it.
Oh. Okay, well, is there like a time that's better for you, or?
As long as it's not one of the times on the board out front, I'll be there.
Okay.
You can use that to call me should you
Okay.
need me.
Okay. Okay, and she'll tuck it away safely in like a inner pocket. It was nice to meet you, Jay. Good luck on all your other shows.
And they'll nod to you and turn and begin walking down the street, and I will show my players, Jay. Is there anything else you would like to do before heading on to Paulina's?
She will come back to the group, and just with a smile on her face. Okay, we can go now.
They have churros.
They have churros.
I got you one.
You do love me.
Was there a doubt?
And she'll take it.
Fisscourth
No, but this
bat
just
with
confirms
banana
it.
just faced up.
Okay, I think we all got enough snacks, right, Arat?
Yes. Yes.
All right. As you all carry on with your snacks, talking about the person that you just met, you make your way through town and you come to another town square. This one also just as busy as the others that you have passed through. There are vendors on all sides selling all sorts of wares, clothing, art goods, food, snacks, some selling ghost tours of the city as well. But you see on the far side of the square a lovely little shop with wrought iron doors and a large glass front window. In it, there is a shelving unit that is stuffed with floral arrangements. And outside on the sidewalk, there are folks wearing the same pin and uniform as the tabaxi that you met earlier, selling wreaths of flowers that you could either take home and put on your door or put in someone's hair.
I want to buy a wreath of flowers for our hair.
Okay. You can do that. They're 3 silver each.
I'm gonna buy them all, it's fine. 12 silver. And she is going to get a pink one for Fizz, a red one for Arat, a green one for Sulong, and a purple one for herself.
Okay, you can definitely do that. There are all sorts of flower crowns available to you. And as you do, one of the workers takes your money for you. And is there anything else I can do for you? They're a little kobold. They're blue with purple speckles on their nose.
The red ones, can you make sure I get something that's like also very like scent, like very intense scent wise, or like a little bit more scent in the flower?
I can definitely do that. Any particular type of flower? We have roses. We have one that's just all lavender. If you like lavender, it smells really good. And they go here and they shove a crown of lavender up underneath your nose. Lavender smells very strong.
That's so lavender. Wow. Yeah, that's can I just I'll take the roses, actually. That'd be perfect. I think that might be a little too strong for them. They have very particular sense of smell.
Okay. And the little kobold goes and gets you a rose crown. It's made with the little small roses, not a full-size rose, but you get a rose and baby's breath crown.
As she takes the crown, she's like, fragrant! That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Arat's nodding because you can smell it all the way back where he is.
Arat, there are so many flowers here. You are smelling all the flower smells right now.
Mm-hmm. Over time, like Arat has learned to like just hone in on things to not just get hit in the face. So he's just doing his best to pick out individual scents one by one. Otherwise, he'll just get a headache.
Yeah. Yuiza comes back and just puts flower crowns on everyone.
What's this?
It's a flower wreath for your hair. It's a crown, a flower crown.
Oh, thank you.
To get us in the festival spirit. Yours are our small roses and baby's breath, Arat.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Who are the babies that you've stolen the breath from?
I don't
We
know.
don't talk
That's
about them.
not my job.
Are you all going into Paulina's shop?
Yeah.
We're walking and talking.
Okay.
We gotta find these babies.
Yeah.
As you walk into the shop, it's not too packed. You can move comfortably in here, but there are beautiful displays of flowers all over the place. On every table and every wall, there is a display of flowers. And you see a woman behind the counter greeting patrons warmly, taking a few orders for future arrangements and filling some that people are coming in to pick up for the festival. She is a human woman with long dark hair and dark eyes. And she's currently wrapping a vase in a thin tissue-like paper and handing it off to someone, saying, "There you go. I hope you enjoy those. Enjoy the festival." And I will show you all Paulina Flora. And she sees that you all have entered into the shop. And is there anything I can help you all with?
Hi. First of all, beautiful flowers, amazing. Great job.
Thank you.
I was actually wondering if you had a moment to like talk for a second. I'm a friend of Achilles. Achilles, sorry. That was my fault. Of Achilles.
Okay.
So we were wondering if you knew something about the person that the whole festival person that came back. Can't say anything. We're just really curious. This is the first time in town. We figure we could get
Oh, that Achilles. He's still spreading that rumor.
Rumor? I thought it was local folklore. Being kidnapped by spirit is a rather impactful thing.
Yes, it is local folklore. It's nothing more than an old wives' tale, but people tell stories about folks going missing every time the Veil of Tines festival comes around. I honestly think it's just to scare folks, mostly kids. But yes, someone did recently show up. They were talking about it in all the papers. Honestly, they probably just wandered off and don't want to talk about it.
That's totally fair. Looks to the other one.
Achilles seemed to infer that you perhaps knew more about the person, that we were very curious, and he said if anybody was to know, it would be Paulina.
Mhm.
That Achilles is so sweet. But his muscles are bigger than his brain is sometimes, and he does like a tall tale.
Yeah, they are.
Actually, if you want to know more about it, I would actually recommend going over to the bakery across the way and talking to Dante. He owns Casa del Dolce, and he's lived here for a long time. He knows all of the local folklore. He can spin a tale as good as any. He's the one who I heard all the tales from when I first moved here a year ago. He should be in the shop today.
How far across the way?
Oh, just across the square.
Okay, so still on this side of town.
Yeah.
Before we leave you, is there a haberdashery around here?
Oh, there's one just a few doors down. It's called Hax's Hats. It's the one with the big Kenku on the sign.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. By the way, your flower crowns are lovely. Here for your time, and she'll give a gold. Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the festival.
Bye.
Thank you very much. DM, do I get any sense that she's being evasive, or is she just seem very on the level with
Roll insight.
Nope, I don't know anything. Okay. 19.
She seems on the level. It seems Achilles can spin a good tale and be very convincing, and was maybe in a little over-enthusiastic about the lore of the local city.
That's where we get to
Attracts.
listening to a himbo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, he was just so cute.
Cuteness does not equate intelligence, but it might in my case. I have been told I'm quite adorable. And
You are
I am a learned
adorable.
scholar.
Yes, I had a bad example from you from thinking cuteness does not equal intelligence because you're so cute and so smart.
Sulong turns around, eating caramel popcorn. What was that?
Maybe you were a good example.
Oh. Okay.
Haberdashery, you said.
I've no need of it anymore, Arat, because I have this new crown. And she just shows off her flower crown. Why would I forsake it?
I see. Would you step outside and look at the sun?
I'm going to step aside and look at the sun.
Fisscourth, as you step outside, you realize that your flower crown does nothing to protect you from the rays of the sun.
We must suffer for beauty. Fisscourth just comes back in, doing that. You know when you're cutting onions and your cat walks in and they're all squinty? That's how she looks. And she just says, "It is quite fine. Let us go to the bakery and find out more about this local myth."
Let's get you a hat, Fisscourth. Come on.
But we have a mystery.
We can go to the bakery first, and then perhaps we can find a hat that can fit the flower crown on it.
Okay.
This is acceptable.
Okay, and with the four of you getting ready to make your way across the square, that's where we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we will meet our next NPC of this adventure. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go nowhere unless it's to grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to hypegoblin.com/Patreon and more to maybe join the show's Patreon or check out some of the cool affiliate links that we have there. We will be talking about one of our new affiliate friends after the break. Everybody wave. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you would like to know more about this cast or this world in general, we would like to invite you to hop on over to patreon.com/thehypegoblin, where you can join our private Discord server for this game and one of the other long-running games on my channel, as well as get ad-free episodes of this game now, and access to our behind-the-scenes game, or behind-the-scenes show called A Seat at the Table, where we bring the conversation and you bring the good company. I only flubbed it a little bit after being off for a week. I'm proud of myself. Star for me for that. But with that, we do have some new affiliate relationships that we'd like to share with you all. One of them being Misty Mountain Gaming. So please lend us your eyes, lend us your ears. After this video plays, tell me that I did a good job as I read this ad. But thank you for listening to this word from our sponsors. Hey everyone, do you like tabletop role-playing games? Of course you do. That's why you're here. My friends here at the table know there's nothing better than sitting down on a Thursday night and rolling some shiny math rocks. And our friends over at Misty Mountain Gaming want to hook you up with your new favorite set of dice. Whether you're looking for semi-precious stones, sharp edge, or metal dice, or a new collapsible leather dice tray, Misty Mountain Gaming has you covered. In fact, all of their dice come with a lifetime warranty, which covers your precious click-clacks from chips, cracks, breaks, and bending. Treat yourself to something nice today from Misty Mountain Gaming and support our show by using the code HYPEGOBLIN10 for 10% off your next order. Yay, I did it.
Hey, Sara.
Yeah?
You did great. Were those your DM notes in the video?
Yes, I did use them as a prop.
Cool. What was the bit that said TPK the party?
Thank you, Misty Mountain Gaming, for supporting this show and others like it on my channel. Let's get back to the game, shall we? As we left off, you were all heading over to speak with Dante. Or did you want to go get a hat before that? What did we decide?
I think we did Dante and then hat.
Dante and then hat. Okay. You You head across the square over to Dante's Casa del Dolce. As you head over to Casa del Dolce, you see garlands above you strung from building to building. Flowers and leaves are large and vibrant. The scent that emanates is heady, perfumed, and floral. But another scent overpowers this. It's a delicious aroma of chocolate, bread, and sugar that just wafts out from the door of this bakery towards you.
It's a change of scent from our previous location.
Still sweet nonetheless.
Absolutely.
I know that they're here for like information story, but like you guys don't mind if I like buy stuff as like snacks and like you know that if I keep food in my bag I'm holding, it'll stay fresh because it's like airtight. So like I could buy snacks and put them in there and they'll last for like ever.
It would probably also make them more likely to want to talk to us if you were purchasing things. Yes.
Just gonna buy pastries.
As you head into the bakery, a bell rings as the door opens, and there's an elderly man that appears from the back wearing a black apron, liberally smeared with flour. The bakery itself is warm and comforting, filled with the aromas of sugar and yeast. It smells like the Wands Want did some mornings when Yuiza baked some fresh bread for y'all. Tapestries of vineyards and farms cover the walls alongside paintings depicting floral arrangements and scenes of pastoral life outside of the city. Everyone roll me a perception check as you enter.
15.
7.
2 12s. Call me 2 baker's dozens.
That would be, anyway, 15 as well.
15 as well? Okay. Arat and Sulong, as you walk in, you notice that there is a large, curious painting hung on the wall behind the counter. It doesn't appear to depict the same rural scenes as the rest of the artwork here, but it is a very detailed painting of an intricate labyrinth. And the man behind the counter, as you all approach, greets you all. You assume this to be Dante. He's an elderly half-elf, and despite his age, he stands quite tall, and his gray hair still displays streaks of black. And I need you all to control yourself because he is married. But he is very handsome with twinkling dark eyes and a straw jawline. And he welcomes you all to the bakery. Welcome. Is there anything I can get you all?
Hi, my name's Yuiza. I've not been here before. It's my first time at the festival. I just smelled this bakery and it smelled delicious. Can you pack me up like a dozen of your favorite pastries?
I would love to do that for you. What sort of things do you like? Do you like savory or sweet?
I like a little bit of both, but mostly if it's like pastry, like crunchy, flaky, I like a little bit of like sweetness, like with fruit or chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay, here you go. And Dante begins passing you a box as he fills it. There are some chocolates in it. There are some donuts, some sweetbreads. That'll be 5 silver.
Here you go. Oh my god, thank you. This smells so delicious. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Oh, go ahead.
We just heard this story about, the festival and what it was about. And we heard that you knew about the person that had come back that went missing and like wasn't speaking to people. And we were really curious about it because we heard from my friend Artilles to speak to Paulina, and then Paulina said to talk to you.
Yes, that. Yes. 5 years ago, a 16-year-old girl in town named Adelina went missing, and she returned just last week, and dressed in dressed in the same garments as she had been wearing when she disappeared. She was rambling incoherently about some monster with 3 heads, some sort of hybrid beast.
That's really strange, and that didn't alarm anyone.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it alarmed people, definitely her family, but she seems to be doing fine. Seems to be doing all right. Would you all like a chocolate? And he holds out a tray of chocolates to you all.
Oh, yes, please. And as Fisscourth is like nibbling on her chocolate, her eyes drift to, I believe you said it was a tapestry of a labyrinth on the wall? And she just, oh, what is that artistry back there? And, her mouth is just covered in chocolate, and her hands are also covered in chocolate as she's wandering towards this portrait, claws outstretched looking at it. It reminds me so very much of home.
Okay, is anyone else taking a chocolate?
Sure, I'll take a chocolate and I'll
Yeah.
keep Fisscourth back a little bit from touching with grub hands.
I am holding it, but I'm not eating it because I canonically have not eaten anything in this entire series.
Okay, the 3 of you who do eat your chocolate. As Fisscourth is moving forward to put her chocolatey little nubbins all over this piece of artwork, the chocolate is rich and decadent. It's truly delicious. After a few moments, you all begin to feel something. Can everyone who ate it roll me a DC... actually, roll me a wisdom check. Perception, specifically.
Ooh, 16.
God, twin rolls are coming in tonight. Both 5s.
17 for Sulong.
For those of you who rolled above 10, you begin to feel like everything is a little too bright, a little more loud, and the world is significantly more vivid than it was just moments ago, as you all begin to hear strange noises nearby, almost like you can hear the creatures outside rustling in the bushes.
Why is everything loud?
Oh, sorry, that'll pass in a minute. They're in experimentation. something new. Nothing to be concerned about. Promise.
What is it?
Oh, just some chocolates that I made using a new ingredient. From please do not touch that with your chocolate fingers. Fisscourth Dante takes you and turns you around and moves you away from the artwork you were trying to touch.
Well, you shouldn't use it. It makes everything super... I don't know. Can light be sharp?
What is this
Usually,
new
yes.
ingredient?
Just, a flower that I happened to find while looking for my wife.
Can you please spit it out? I might be allergic to it.
Right, we need to elaborate here.
I don't know what it is. It's a
You're
flower.
looking for your...
Yeah.
Sorry. You used an unknown flower that you acquired on a hunt for your wife, and you put it into food that you gave to strangers.
Well, I mean, I found the effects to be pleasant, but I can see that you all aren't particularly enjoying it, so I guess...
What effects did you feel?
Oh, everything just felt a little more vivid. A little more brighter. I'm pretty sure I was able to hear the ladybugs moving in the bushes.
It's a bit too vivid.
It's super loud.
Sorry about that. Thought it would be a fun treat for the festival.
The very loud festival?
Perhaps a lower dosage.
Yeah. Please don't tell the city guards. I didn't mean it to be bad. I thought it would be pleasant, fun. Bring in a little business.
It's not. Maybe just try like a different recipe next.
And as you say that, the effects do pass. It's only momentarily that you all feel this amplification of the things around you.
Experimentation is fine sometimes. Just be mindful and test things out in
Maybe
smaller,
warn
perhaps.
people.
That too, yes.
Right. Well, again, I'm sorry.
It's perfectly fine. Perhaps just by way of a working this out, would you know where we'd be able to learn more about this person that returned so abruptly?
No, sorry. I've been busy looking for my wife since she left.
Yes, you mentioned that. Did that didn't happen to correspond with this person's return, did it?
I
sound
probably
hesitant.
shouldn't say anymore. You are nice folks. You don't need to get involved in my business. I'm sure I can find someone who
Sulong
can help.
takes out his warden badge and just puts it on the table. Listen, buddy.
Oh, so you're wardens. Well, you are actually exactly the people that I need. I swear I was going to go down to the guild hall today if I did not find her myself.
Right. Yep. It seems that your wife, like my friend said, her missing correlated with this person returning?
Sort of. It would probably be easier for me to show you rather than tell you. Right this way. And he pulls back a curtain and ushers you towards the back of the bakery.
All right. I'm going to pocket this chocolate, knowing the effects of it now. Arat doesn't eat, but knowing the effects of it is like, maybe that will be helpful later when I know it's coming.
You do head towards the back of the shop with Dante, and you're led through the bakery. And in the very back, Dante points to a hole in the stone wall and says, a few weeks ago, the wall cracked. I thought maybe, it was due to heat or settling. But when my wife and I went to investigate, we discovered there's a labyrinth in our wall.
I'm sorry?
There's a labyrinth in our wall, and the young girl who reappeared popped out of it.
So you do know a bit more about her reappearance because it happened in your shop?
Yes.
In front of your eyes.
Well, no, I was making sourdough bread, but I suddenly heard someone behind me, and there she was, and there was a crack, and
And your wife was gone?
no, my wife disappeared shortly after. We wanted to explore, but
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
yeah,
Did she go into the labyrinth?
no, she was taken there.
Oh, see, there's more detail. I'm noticing, my friend, I'm noticing a pattern of details coming out far after the fact. The chocolate being the first bit of it. Please tell us what it is that we're experiencing here now. What happened?
Well, there was a gentleman. I believe he was a paladin. He had a emblem from that one goddess. What's her name? Shar. On his chest, and we thought at first that he was also lost, like Adelina had been. And he talked about how boring it had been, and he was so in awe of me and my partner and our relationship, and Simonetta took pity on him and offered him a place to stay until we could figure out where his family was too. And he took her.
So he took your wife.
He took her.
Okay.
He took her.
Yeah.
He liked
yeah.
her singing.
And you didn't tell anyone? And you found that flower down there?
I was going to, but who was going to believe me that there's a labyrinth through my wall that a girl popped out of? And
Well, you could show them.
It does seem to be the local lore that she reappeared.
It was in the newspaper that she reappeared, but we didn't tell them that she reappeared in our bakery because my wife didn't want us to become a tourist trap. She thought it would be bad for business, and people would just want to be in the back of our shop all the time, and we didn't want to have to deal with that.
And now your wife is gone.
Yes.
Vanished,
Yes.
and you've not said a word about it.
I just did.
We should go in there and fetch her if that's where he's taken her. But why not? She needs help. Clearly.
And if we get lost?
Oh, I have a map. Here. I didn't go further in right away because it's confusing in there. And then the first time I got lost, but I found the flowers, and then I found my way back out.
The what now?
I found the flowers, and then I found my way back out. So I went and I spoke to Adelina, and well, she was rambling a lot, and I don't know how much of it was exactly true, but based on what she told me, I have a map. And he holds out a partially drawn map for you all.
DM, listening to this guy ramble, and since I was already calling him out on just withholding information, may I make an insight roll to see how much of this he is sharing versus is he withholding things more?
Go ahead and roll insight.
$24.
He's telling you the truth. He doesn't seem to be withholding anything more.
Okay.
Just seems to be a flustered guy who was trying to get his wife back on his own. And I have added Dante's map of the labyrinth to your player journal.
I'm just going to run my fingers over the the texture of the ink, and just it doesn't feel particularly completed.
Well, she couldn't tell me everything. Something she had said just didn't make sense.
Are there places of note within this labyrinth, a place that we were looking for in particular, things that we should look out for? Anything she may have shared?
Well...
Maybe a three-headed beast?
She said that there was a big bird person.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
Like-
Like my bat friend here, but like bird?
I don't know. She started screaming after that.
Okay. Cool. Has she gotten professional help?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not her parent.
No, she just came out of a labyrinth in your wall. Right. Cool. We're gonna go try and find this person's wife, aren't we?
Well, I was hesitant, but since we are wardens, and say that very pointedly towards Sulong, I do believe it is our duty to do such things.
Okay.
We can't leave her down there. Besides, who knows who this winged creature might be? It could be a friend, an acquaintance.
Can I roll religion to see what I know about Shar?
Sure.
Oh, 18. I might know something about it.
Let me pull up Shar. You know that Shar is known as the Mistress of the Night. She's the goddess of darkness. And she's the counterpart to her twin, Saloon.
Okay. Do you know about Shar, sir? Mr. Dante, sir?
I know her symbol. There's a temple.
I'm not going to tell you what I know because I don't want to make you worry anymore. But we should probably go down there and find his wife.
A couple more questions before we go into preparatory. Did your wife have any hobbies like knitting or something that we could use? Something to mark our way back.
No, she was a singer.
Okay, that's not going to be very helpful, but all right.
String that you used to tie your bread.
Yes.
Perhaps we can have one to find our way back?
Twine.
Sure. Here. And he will pull...
The longest you have.
He'll pull out a spool of twine, and you get 50 feet of twine.
How many of these spools do you have?
Just that one. Takes me a long time to go through it.
That's fair, and I'll just...
I have some...
We can hold on to it.
Yeah. I have rope. I have another extra 50 feet. So...
We don't need to...
Okay.
It will... 100 feet, 200 feet is not going to be enough, I don't think.
Do you have chalk, sir?
No.
Sulong has chalk.
Okay. You are so unprepared for this situation, sir.
Well,
anyway,
it is a rather surprising one.
I didn't know I needed to be prepared for adventurers needing supplies in my...
That's fair.
How... Are you sure you're wardens?
Yes, tell you what. Please bring me a bowl that I can carry full of flour, if you don't mind. That will help me to create a line that my companions can follow back.
White or whole wheat?
In the ground. White, please. Something bright.
Okay. And he will go and he'll get you a large mixing bowl full of flour.
Thank you. Lastly, do you and your wife stay here? Or do you live above the shop?
We do.
Do you have guest rooms?
No. Well, we have a guest room.
Never mind
but
then.
Her mother's staying with us.
A guest room. Never mind. And gesture towards the hole, shall we?
No time like the present, as they say.
I suppose. I'm sorry, guys. I've just been very cautious about what we do after what happened last time. Just not gonna elaborate more as she goes into the hole.
Right.
There's only so much that we can do. I'll go last.
Good luck.
Fisscourth will lead. She's an expert in holes.
And Dante leans into you, Sulong. Do I want to know what happened to you all last time?
Miscommunication. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Right. Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
And Sulong, he will shake your hand, and when you pull it away, there's some more of those chocolates in it. And he says, just in case they're useful. And there's one for Yuiza, you, and Fisscourth.
You'll pocket them somewhere.
So yeah, I'll go in last, and as I duck in, I'm just it was something small, just sifting out like as much of a consistent line as I can, whichever direction we're going.
Sulong lets Fisscourth and Yuiza go ahead a little bit before stopping next to Arat. And just in a voice for just him and Arat to hear, I know you don't approve, but it was the fastest way to get what we wanted.
It was the fastest way to get what we wanted, and we got more than we bargained for. I don't blame you. It's, well, here we are.
Here we are.
Just remember, the wardens are still not looked fondly upon in many places.
Yeah, but if someone is in dire need of help, who else do they turn to, given the situation?
Agreed. It's the fact that none of us presented ourselves as such when we entered the city that concerns me.
We're wardens on vacation. Why would we introduce ourselves as such?
We'll just ask for anonymity when we get back.
All right.
Continue my scattering.
You step out of the kitchen and into a narrow passage, about the same width as the streets of the Panu Republic, about 20 feet. The labyrinth, too, is paved with cobblestones. Tall hedges and stone walls heavy with foliage line the maze. The stone is almost entirely obscured by rose bushes growing up through the cracks in the cobblestone. Above the labyrinth, you see an open sky, which looks cloudless and blue.
Oh, well, I was hoping for a cave. This is a dreadful deal. Nonetheless, and I tap the stone and make a little high-pitched bat screech that bounces off the walls. I will do my best.
You make your screech, Fisscourth, and it doesn't bounce off any walls. The labyrinth is made up of plants. It absorbs the sound. There is no hard surface to reverberate off of.
I don't like this at all. I am, as they might say, blind as a cat.
Bat.
Arat. It's Arat.
Well, we should look at that map. Where should we start? We should search corners. She could be kneeling in one of them. Creatures tend to go towards small spaces to protect themselves.
Given that's what you think, what if we head into a corner and meet our bird person beastie?
Oh, well, we've gotten that out of the way quickly then.
Okay, we don't even know where they are.
Yes, it's a labyrinth, of course. We won't know.
Okay, let's continue.
The maze appears to head straight as you proceed. You begin to hear a rustling sound up ahead.
Can I aim my crossbow?
Just still spreading flour as we walk.
Can I see what's ahead?
You see that the end of this part of the path turns.
Can I hear anything beyond just the rustling? Since we're a bit more in my element of can't see stuff.
Roll me an investigation check.
14.
Sounds like something's rustling in plants up ahead.
Alright. Yeah, just say there's something moving in the brush.
Yes, I hear it. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go sneak and see. I won't go too far. I'll just look around the corner.
Be careful. We'll keep our eyes on you. And I lift up my crossbow affectionately.
Thank you. And Yuiza is going to sneak and see if she can catch a glimpse of what's making all that noise.
It's not much noise. Almost sounds like the rustling of the wind in the leaves of the hedge. And as you move forward, how far forward are you going? Where are you heading to? Exactly.
Try and look around the corner.
Okay. As you look around the corner, you see that it bends around, and you see more of the hedge and leaves. There are some vines on the ground, some more roses growing further down.
She's going to come back to the group. It just sounded like the wind, but I could be wrong. Do we have any of those chocolate left that we could use like super hearing on with
I
things?
still have one.
Dante gave me a few.
Oh, good.
Do
How long did it last for you all, though? About a minute or so?
about a round or two, yeah.
Just gonna
Around
grab
what?
one of the chocolate
Okay.
around the corner and eat it.
Okay.
Okay, are you all continuing forward?
Sure.
All right. Someone roll me 1d4. Sulong is 1, Fisscourth is 2, Yuiza is 3, Arat is 4.
I'm on it.
Hurt me.
Hey, it's me.
Okay.
4.
Arat, as you turn the corner and you are sprinkling the powdery, what's it called? Flour. As you are sprinkling the powdery flour, marking your path, suddenly a creature lashes out with its vine at you, but a 6 does not hit as a vine blight makes itself known in the hedge. And I will need you all to roll initiative.
11.
11, okay.
You're doing better than me, honey. 10.
18.
10.
You probably have the higher dexterity mod.
Yeah, I have +4.
All right, so Arat, you are first up. A vine blight has just whipped out a vine at you, trying to constrict you and pull you towards it. What do you do?
Feeling where it went in the air, my hand is going to instinctively go up and Ray of Frost where I felt the movement, because I felt something swing at me. 24.
That does hit.
9 cold damage.
All right. You do 9 damage, and you hear the crackling and squealing of this creature. It sounds like dry wood being pulled against another piece of wood as you hit it.
And I'm immediately going to just wrap my coat, my shawl over the bowl of flour, duck down and backwards, between / behind the rest of the group, because I know if I drop this whole thing, then we end the trail really early.
Okay. You can definitely duck out of the way. Up next is the vine blight that is near you. And it's going to use entangling plants. So I am going to say that Arat, you are probably still within that range, since we are in a narrow passageway. Go ahead and roll me that strength save.
19.
All right, you do make the strength save. You are not restrained. You all hear this, and as you turn, another vine blight, this one near you, Sulong, begins moving and makes its presence known. It will also use entangling plants, covering the rest of the area. I will need the rest of you to make that strength saving throw.
8.
9.
20.
20. Sulong, unlike the ladies, you are not restrained. However, Yuiza and Fisscourth, vines shoot out from the opposite side of the pathway, entangling both of you. You are now considered restrained. You can use your action to make a strength saving check on your next turn to free yourself or another entangled creature. And that will be its turn. Up next, we have Fisscourth.
Struggling, screeching. I'm gonna make that strength saving throw. It's like getting a cat out of the tub.
Okay. Go ahead and make that save.
18.
You are able to shrug out of these vines. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
Yes, I am. I can actually activate spiritual weapon. I'm gonna activate spiritual weapon.
Okay. Sounds great. Your spiritual weapon pops into existence. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
Oh man. Since the whole faith thing, I imagine it's really shaky. It's instinct. I reach for my charm, which resembles a vampire bat skull. I call it forth in world, but it's almost glitching, shaking. The teeth grow shorter but longer, and it's frames dropping.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But it's there.
Yeah, it is floating there nearby. Are you going to move?
I would like to move closer to one of the creatures.
And
That's a theater of the mind.
you can move in closer to one of the creatures. Staying, how far up in the area are you going?
I'm gonna say I'm just enough to not get grabbed by these vines. Probably maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet. I'm just T-posing.
Sounds good. As you lift up a little bit, Fisscourth, you expect to get towards the top of the hedge a little bit. But as you do, it's almost like an optical illusion. The hedge is always just higher than you can see. Up next, we have Sulong. Sulong, Yuiza is currently trapped in vines. Fisscourth has freed herself and flown up a few feet into the air.
How far is the vine blight away from Yuiza?
It is within 15 feet, so we'll say within 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to rage. Pulling out a short sword, I want to dash past it to get behind. and then use one of my barbarian abilities to shunt it 10 feet forward.
Okay, the area is considered difficult terrain, so please take that into account when you move. But you definitely can. I believe you have more than enough movement to get that done.
Does a 24 hit?
It does.
10 points slashing non-magical. It is shunted 10 feet forward towards Yuiza, and it takes a 4 thunder damage.
4 thunder damage. All right. Yuiza, you see this creature shoved right up close to you.
And I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get behind it so that now Sulong and Yuiza are flanking.
Okay. You are now flanking with Sulong. Up next, is there anything else for your turn?
That's it.
All right, up next, another player enters the field as another vine blight pulls itself up from the ground and the hedge. This one popping up not too far from you, Fisscourth. It is going to whip its vines out. It's going to try and hit you with its constrict attack. Does a 22 hit?
Sara, what do you think?
No, too high.
These are golf rules, right? Alrighty. You are going to be taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are considered grappled.
I break free, flying, flapping my beautiful wings, only just to be snatched.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it said, nope, come back here. I think you're cute. So that is the third Vine Blight that has joined the party. Up next, Yuiza, it is your turn. You are currently restrained.
I like to think since everything's happening at the same time, this vine blight is getting pushed right towards Yuiza, right up close, and all she does is hold her hand up to his chest and cast Eldritch Blast right point blank.
Okay, you will have to roll that you will have to roll that flat. Yes, because you are rolling at disadvantage because you are restrained. So with the advantage, it makes it a flat roll.
22.
That does hit.
9 points of damage. Almost full damage.
Okay, do you have just one Eldritch Blast bolt at this level?
Oh, that is... I
believe you do.
So let me see.
You actually have 2 beams at first level, so go ahead and roll your second beam.
It takes account class levels, not just Warlock.
Yeah, so looking at your sheet, you can either aim that at the same one or you can aim it at a different one.
Same one.
Okay.
21.
That does hit.
I'm so excited. I never roll this well. Oh, okay. Well, that's only 1 point of damage, but still.
Hey, it's something,
I spoke
right?
too soon. It's something. It's a total of 10, which is the maximum one die. That's all I'm saying, guys.
All right, top of the round, we have Arat. Arat.
I can at least tell that living plant matter is attacking us, right? Because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I want to reach down and snap up just like a twig, like not on a twig, but like a small stick.
Okay.
And using prestidigitation, I want to light the end of it because I can light a torch with prestidigitation.
Okay. That would be your action.
I want to hold and I want to hold it like in the direction of one of the one of these things and just try to like threaten it, like let us pass.
Okay, roll intimidation.
21.
Oh, it's a good thing that these are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It shrinks back from you, pulling itself back closer towards the hedge. You hear the rustling of leaves against bark as it moves back in fear of the fire. Anything else?
Then I'm going to use my movement to slowly move like towards my friends, like moving this fire like back and forth in the same general like intimidation tactic.
Okay. Yuiza is probably about 10 feet from you at this point, so it'll be difficult terrain for you to move closer towards her and Su Long. But you can definitely do that.
I have 35 feet of movement,
Okay.
so yeah, if it's half movement, then I'll still make it over there.
Okay, sounds good. You can intimidate the other one if it survives on your next turn. Up next is the Vine Blight that you intimidated. So it is going to try and take you down. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
It lashes out and it hits your arm with that flaming stick. You will take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And you will also be considered grappled as it begins pulling you towards it.
Cool. Here's the real question, I guess. Does it make me drop the burning stick onto the plant life?
Roll a dexterity check and see if you hang on to it or if you let go. Or you can willingly let go.
I don't want to ignite the entire hedge just yet. 16.
You're able to hold on to it.
Okay.
Up next, we have the Vine Blight that popped up second that is currently near Yuiza. It is currently holding on to you, so it can't do anything else. Let me see if I reapply the damage again, and I do not, so it's just holding on to you.
It's hugging me, guys.
It is. It is. So up next, Fisscourth. Yuiza's getting a hug from a plant. You're flying, or you tried to fly up. The other Vine Blight is holding on to you tight.
Real tight.
Yeah. What you gonna do, bud?
I'm going to once again try and wiggle out.
Okay, roll me that strength check.
I just want to fly. Let me be free. 8.
That does not get you free. I'm sorry. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
I mean, my spiritual weapon isn't bound, right?
It is not.
Yes, I'm going to cast that on this thing that is holding me.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
He's only taken... Oh, he's taking 5 damage, actually.
5 damage.
Just gonna get... This little skull opens up, sends its nasty little ray towards it.
All right. You hit it with your little bat skull ray. It takes that 5 damage and it howls. It does not like it. The leaves and vines around you shake. Up next, Su Long.
Reckless power attack.
Okay.
That's going to be a very big hit with a natural 20.
Thank you. Yes, that does hit.
22 points of slashing damage, non-magical.
You rip through this Vine Blight, and it lets go of Yuiza as it dies. And just almost disintegrates into plant matter in front of the two of you.
It is a wide cross slash, and he pivots on his heel to bring up his shield and start aiming himself towards the plant that has Fisscourth wrapped up. That'll be his turn.
Okay. Up next is the plant that has Fisscourth wrapped up. Since it currently has you grappled, it can't do anything. So it's just going to stay there hugging you. However, seeing one of its friends die and someone else holding a flaming stick, it begins pulling you away from your companions. Su Long, you watch as Fisscourth is pulled away about 10 feet from you.
Not the secondary location.
Up next, Yuiza.
She is going to look around as the Vine Blight in front of her disappears and see that Fisscourth is being taken away, and she is going to aim another 2 Eldritch Blasts at the Vine Blight that is holding Fisscourth.
Okay, go ahead and roll the first one for me.
That is an 8, so I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
It's a 13 hit.
It does.
Another 9 points of damage.
It will take that 9 points of damage. It's still up. Still trying to get away with Fisscourth. Arat. Oh, did you
Can I move to be close to her?
You can move closer. You'll be 5 feet short. Your speed is 30 feet, and you are in difficult terrain.
Do I have a sense of how far away this thing is that's grappled me? And it's slash pulling me?
You're not being pulled away. The one that is grappling you is... it is 10 feet from you.
Okay. Second question. Would it be considered a free action since it's like wrapped onto me to just like tilt my hand with the flame, with the torch and like just touch the torch to it?
Because it is restraining you, you would have to make a roll to try and hit it for accuracy and not accidentally hit the hedge and light everything around you while on fire. But you can do that as your action if you would like to try and attack it.
Okay, not yet. I'm gonna hold off on that, but like, yeah, still holding the torch towards it. I'm just gonna try the intimidation bit again and say, last chance to let me go.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation again.
19.
Okay. They have rolled a 20 on both of these intimidation checks, but they have a -3 to their intelligence.
Perfect.
So with this one, you do feel the vines around you begin to loosen. And on its turn, which is next, it lets go of you and begins moving back into the hedge using its full movement to back off.
Can I use my movement that I didn't get to use to move away towards my friends?
You will be crossing through difficult terrain, so you can begin to move.
So I have 35. I have 35 feet.
You have 20 feet.
As much as I can.
You have 20 feet of difficult terrain to move through, since you moved back.
Cool. I can do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
So you do that. The next Vine Blight, that one died. Fisscourth, you are currently being dragged away by a plant. How dare it?
Terribly rude. I need to break out of here. I don't want to go to the secondary location.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 for a total of 4.
That is not enough to meet the strength save DC. I am so sorry. It still has a hold on you. However, you do have your bonus action.
Spiritual weapon. Zap him.
Okay.
Let's see if it hits. Does a 23 hit, Your Honor?
It does.
Thank God. Okay, come on, your ghost. Come on. Please roll well. 10 damage. It's taking 10 damage.
Fisscourth, what does the overkill on this Vine Blight look like?
I imagine I'm scrambling. I'm panicking as this vine starts to tighten around me. The secondary location is looming over my shoulders. And my spiritual weapon responds to that. It's, like some kind of future tech, but medieval. And like as it's glitching and splitsing, you just watch as like this beam overshoots completely, cuts through the vines, anime style. It falls, the beast falls with it. I flap to the ground, ungracefully.
Into a pile of leaf matter. Anything else for your turn? Is that it?
Is it a free action to cry?
It's always a free action to cry. Would you like to use your movement?
I want to run back to my friends and cry. That was scary.
Okay. You can begin making your way back towards your friends with one Vine Blight still up, but backing away from you all. Sulong. You see Arat holding out a stick that's on fire and a Vine Blight that has let go of him and is moving away.
Sulong just tilts his head quizzically. Live and let live, or do we end it here?
If you want to, you can. My method would be much more disastrous right now.
Fire bad. Is the area around this Vine Blight difficult terrain? would I be able to get to them to
Yes.
attack?
Yep, you are still in difficult terrain. However, it's about 10 feet from you.
Hilarious.
You're
Okay.
still within this narrow passageway, so you even with the difficult terrain, you can move towards them and make it there.
Okay. I will do just that, running up, short sword primed, again, power attack reckless. Well, does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Okay. For 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 points of slashing damage, non-magical. I'm going to, instead of shunting it back, use my bonus action to extend my top grippers, and now it needs to make a athletics or acrobatics check as I go in for my bonus action grapple.
Okay.
Taste of their own medicine, yeah. See how you like it.
It was doing just fine. You're the one who walked into its house. It rolls a 9.
24.
Okay.
Instead of what you would normally think of what grappling looks like, Sulong has charged forward, butted it with the tower shield in one hand to open it up, and his extra arms have started flurry of blowing into them, wrapping them up with hits instead of just grabbing them.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
All right. Up next, we have Yuiza. Sulong has a Vine Blight pinned with his shield. It's not looking too good. What you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna take out my knives. I'm gonna go and stab it a lot. So with advantage. Where? Is it prone? Is that? I don't know. I'm just saying words at this moment.
What were you asking?
If it's at advantage for some reason or other. 'Cause Sulong is there.
Was it grappled?
Yeah.
Then yes, you would have advantage on your attack.
Okay. 15.
That hits.
So 14 in total with my sneak attack.
All right. What does it look like when you kill this Vine Blight?
As she sees it pinned down by Sulong, she's gonna come in. Is he pinned down against the ground or against like a wall?
Where was he pinned, Sulong?
I would say it's wall, Vine Blight, shield pressing up against the Vine Blight, and then just hands raining down on face of Vine Blight.
And she's gonna come in low and stab it in the like abdomen area.
Okay, you stab for where you think this creature's heart may be, if it even has one, and you watch as it withers away and collapses into a pile of plant matter. And everything quiets down for you all. Off in the distance, however, you hear the low growl and then howl of a canine creature, far larger than the common wolf. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight.
911, hello? My GM just dropped off another cliffhanger!
Cliffhangers all the time.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you again, Misty Mountain Gaming, for being one of our new affiliate sponsorship friends. They are honestly a really cool company. I'm really impressed with the quality of their stuff, and we are looking forward to showing off some more things from them in the future for y'all. Be sure to check out them and other affiliate sponsors on the channel by going to hypegoblin.com/Patreon and more. The link should be popping up in chat for everyone, or you can get it down in the About Me section or in the description if you're watching us tonight on YouTube. Thank you to all of our affiliate sponsors for that matter. We could not put on shows without the support of those kind folks who send us these codes, and people like y'all sitting in the audience who go and use them. Every little bit counts in this day and age. So, with that being said, we are going to go around and say goodbye. Thank you to all our patrons and Twitch subscribers for your continued support. This show is made possible by listeners like you. Fisscourth was played by Abby. Arat was played by Zachary Vaudo. Yuiza was played by Alessa Vamp. Sue Long was played by RJ. And your GM this evening was Sara Roberts. Luck and Chaos is recorded live on Thursday nights. If you'd like to join us for a live recording, check out hypegoblin.com/events for the full live schedule. Links to cast social media, third-party supplements used in the game, affiliate links, and the show's Patreon are available in the episode description. A Twist of Fate, Luck and Chaos theme by Sneakernet is available now on Bandcamp. Don't forget to like and review this episode on your platform of choice, and we'll see you all in the next one.